in another word. So say motoria. I can hear the accents. How did I teach my children? They have accents. Motoria. Motoria means, and when somebody tells you we motoria, it means you're a conqueror. We motoria means you're a conqueror. This morning I woke up and said you have conquered this year, this 6 months. So you have to say de. De means me. De motoria. De motoria. Say it with power. Ah. Yes. And then when we say all of us, we say, how do you say in plural? Toria. Well, so we are conquerors. Tue atoria. Ah, it sounds so good. Say it again with power. Yes, we, then say it in English. We love it, love it, love it. So good morning. You've done so well to be here for 6 months. We'll start with opening remarks so that Joyce, if she doesn't speak, it can be very bad. So that Joyce starts us off. How many Kenyans are here? I'm wondering who's this empty table should be here. 1 Kenyan, 2, 3. So are there any Ugandans missing, Melissa? Are there any Ugandans missing? Who's missing? One from your... It's tough here, actually. Let me say my organizations. Tough, Grace, only. Michael is coming. Labe. Are you all here? Hey, nice, and you're not sitting together. Pal. 2. Were you, how many were you? Are the others coming? Are they in this hotel? They're in Kenya? They're Kenyans? Wow. Kenyans. Ah! This is still sleeping. Who are the other organizations? Basic needs. 2. How many are coming? 2 more. 3. Are they Kenyans? I'm going under the table. Basic needs. Who else? Msichana. 1, 2. Are you all here?
Except one, but she's not coming.
She's not coming. Ah, okay. Are we? There's one more. We are 5. Really, Uganda. Wow, wamekuja wote. Huh? Are you all here? Yes. Woo. Give them a clap. Even you, all of you? No. Oh, one person is missing, but she's not coming. There's nobody who came, all of them. Are we? Is that all? We're 6, eh?
Yes.
Come on. 1 more. How many? Put hands up. Are you all here? 1 will be online. We'll clap for her when she joins online. Okay, so Kenyans, when they come, they have to dance. Yeah. They cannot be late like this. Every Kenyan who is late has to be dancing. That's a host. So let's start. Let's kick off. I think the train moves when with whoever is on the bus. So Joyce will start us off with opening remarks, and then we get on to the program for today. Simkaribisha Joyce na makofi. Tafadhali. You need a mic.
Now you want to make me nervous, right? Good morning. Good morning again. Good morning. It is about 2 a.m. where I live. So if I'm awake, Kenyans should be here. So it's not an opening remark. It is just a remark. But I cannot express my joy this morning to see all of you coming from all over the place. It is just exciting. Can you believe 9 months are gone? It just came and it just went right over our heads. But I'm sure you can believe that when you think about what has happened. I was thinking about what to say this morning because I'm still sleeping in my head. And I'm sure I have told you this story before. Every place you go, you can always take something or nothing and walk away. And I have this story about maybe I even told it to you last time. Going through a valley at night, and the people were told, pick as much as you can, but when you get to the other side, you will be both glad and sad. And so they came walking, and by the time they got there, it was completely dark. Some people said, what? You know, who is picking stones at night? Me, I'm not doing that. Some people picked. Others were quite greedy, so they picked a lot, and they said, whatever it is, I will carry them stones. So heavy, they crossed to the other side. When the morning came, and they couldn't go back, when the morning came, there was rubies, precious stone that was in the valley. Some people were empty-handed. Others were dancing. And just, they couldn't believe their luck that they could do. They could get what they got. And they could not go back. And that actually was it. And so, we have been in that valley for the last, especially, 6 months, trying to find some treasures. And I hope some people have found some treasures through the magic of practice, the thing you hate, and the thing sometimes you don't have time to do. I hope you have found some treasures. Yeah. And I hope you are taking something, or you brought something here, so that you can leave completely loaded when you go back. But again, the magic is in being here. Your offices will still be there on Wednesday when you go back. They are not going to move. I can assure you, they will not move in 2 days. Even if they tried, even if it is, I don't know how strong you are. And so we want to heartily, completely welcome you to this space, hoping that this will not just, we don't do conference. We don't do conference or workshop. We are really here to connect, engage, learn, and go home with the car full as we continue to fuel each other. And so for me, the question is, are you going to walk to the other side with empty hands? It is very possible if we bring all our problems we have here, if we are not present, and if we don't even see each other. Have you told somebody this morning, I see you? Remember, do me? I see you. Did you look anybody in the eye today and say, I see you? We haven't seen each other in 6 months. And we have an opportunity to connect, to really figure out what has happened, to see each other. Even if you may not like Joyce, just look at her eyes and just say, I see you. And then, you know, I'm hoping this is a bonding time, but a bonding time of knowing what unites us. There are many things, but we are really here to create a community that is not ending on Wednesday or next year or the year after, but it begins here. So I just thought that the most important thing is to be present. If we are not present, then you will have wasted your time, more importantly, and you will have wasted 9 months. So I just want to tell you that we are ready for you. We have been preparing for months, and we are all very delighted to have you here. So welcome, karibu sana, feel at home here on the space. This is your space for the next 2.5 days. but be present. Show up. You remember me talking about showing up? I hope we can all show up and really be able to be present here, to see what we can do together and to connect better as we now get equipped to move away together. So I will stop there because you know I can talk for a very long time, because now I'm awake because I saw you and excited. So I'm really hoping that we can really have a very special time here together. So please, we have only 2.5 days. So please help us and keep time. And really, one Kenyan has just come. The Kenyans, when they come, they are going to dance because of being late. How can the host not be present? So, so we will let you, but the others won't get an excuse. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome to this place. Welcome to this space. Own it, use it, and contribute to it. Fill the pot as we stay here together. So thank you very much. Welcome.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Joyce. That was brief. Even her, she has transformed. So, we want just a quick, for you to check in. I'm not sure, umewauliza nini? I see you. Yes, I want us to see each other. So, how are you as you get into this room? That's a very powerful question. Normally we say fine. Nakumbuka, how you nasema fine? Hata kama umewacha mtoto mgonjwa nyumbani. Sorry, I speak Swahili and the Ugandans here. And Swahili is a language of the army. So they don't like it. So every time I speak, just say, don't. So, how are you as you get into this room? Very important. So you'll stand up. Let's stand up so that we're going. So find two other people. We're going to do it in threes, and we're going to have a conversation. And the question is, how are you really as you get into this room? Make sure you have, you know, sometimes somebody holds. Eh? Actually, let me give you some principles so that one person doesn't hold. 3 principles of 3, 4. Number 1, don't worry about what the other person is, no, don't worry about what you're going to say. So you need to listen from the heart, all right? So the most powerful instrument as a leader is to listen. So listen from the heart, all right? The second principle is speak from the heart. Remember, we are leaders. This is a safe space. We created a safe space. So you need to speak from the heart. Number 3, be spontaneous. So as they are speaking, sometimes you can say, hey, that's a good story. What will mine be? No, don't worry about yours. Yours will come. And what will come is the right one. It's the one that's okay. And the 4th is be lean. Be lean means, if you have be lean, as in you can say your story short. Yeah? Because we have 10 minutes for this, but when you're lean, you allow somebody else to speak. But not too lean that you cut the story short. You get? Does that make sense? So 4 things. What are they? Listen from the heart. Speak from the heart. Be spontaneous. Be lean. So find 3 people, and the question is, how are you as you get into this room? We have 10 minutes. How are you as you get into this room? Good. Put for me a timer. 10 minutes. Tell this. Good, somebody's directing him. Is it from Greek, the guy in specs? Greek. Whatever we do, you do.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
So that you're part of the participants. Yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, can I get marker pens on every table?
All right.
So, but when I say we do,
We do.
it's so that we look like part of the. Yes. I'm in class. I'm in class, yes. And I'm writing down as I talk to you. Sema.
Oh, now?
Eh.
Well, Swahili Beach and the airfare.
Sorry?
Swahili Beach and the airfare.
Eh.
Yes, Westmake.
Do the airfare. Let's do one thing at a time. Do the airfare. I was trying to calculate the Swahili Beach thing. You do the airfare. Even Tony came. We found a way.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have so many days.
You do the airfare, eh?
I'm so many. I'm heavily in debt.
Sorry, you're saying? Hold on, let me call you at tea time. But you do the airfare. Don't worry about Swahili Beach. We'll find a way.
Let's go. You're saying you're free at lunchtime?
At break time, yeah. But
Okay,
do the airfare.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You have found out how everybody is? Nice, you've caught up. Let's have our seats. I've just thought, good morning. I know.
You just thought how wonderful we are. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah.
If you can help me synthesize that part of what's exciting and what questions, I think it will be easier than me trying to do it
Okay. Is that coming up now?
here somewhere.
Yeah, it's coming
And
up.
I think it will be easier if you just
Synthesize.
send it a card and then you synthesize.
Are they writing it on the cards?
Yeah.
So we'll take those cards.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I'll just to synthesize what's similar,
Okay, yeah.
so that it's not.
Just do it over time, like not immediately.
No, now as we're doing. Don't worry, I'll ask you to help me and I'll give you the instructions. Nice, it was good to catch up, isn't it? I was wondering what to do about names. So you have to know each other's names. I'm not sure everybody knows everybody in the room. It's your homework. By Friday, you must know everybody by name. Are we together? As one lady says. So for starters, there's a card that looks like this on your table. Please put your name on it so that at least we start knowing who's in the room. Did I say by Friday? By Wednesday. I'm so used to workshops being Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By Wednesday, make sure you know everybody's name. We will have a test. Because you don't want to meet on the streets and say, you look familiar. I remember, you remind me your name. So let's go through the agenda for 2.5 days. We are here for 2.5 days. Everybody has a document like this on your table, which shows you the agenda. It's nice to see what's the objective of the summit, what's our agenda. So on the first page, you have the summit objectives. And I'll not read them for word. This is the principle of the Celebration Summit, as the word says, is to celebrate. It is to notice, this is how far I've come, this is how I've done, this is how well I've done. Is to celebrate your achievements so far. So for the 2.5 days, we will reflect, look at the lessons we have gotten individually and collectively. So on this Collective Rising Leadership Institute, the aim is you individually and you as a team. So we're going to look at how have I grown individually, how have we grown as a team? And it's very critical that it's a dual pathway. All right? Remember, you're not here by yourself, for yourself. You're here for yourself and others. Many times we forget ourselves and do others, and then we forget others, then deal with ourselves. It's a very, how do I say? it's a balance. It's a very tricky balance, but it's a very important balance. So we'll reflect how how we've done individually and collectively. We'll create a toolbox. So toolbox are, meditation is a toolbox. Listening, what we've just done, is a toolbox. So you've received very many toolbox items. Those reflection exercises you did is a toolbox. So make sure your toolbox is full and you're here for 2.5 days to add more. So you make sure that you have a toolbox on what you can access and use for your future so that you can continue on this journey. So we never stop growing. So even if we've stopped, it is a continuous, unfortunately. When I finished my coaching class, I thought I was done. And then they gave me homework. I said, madams, I've struggled for 2 years. I said, it never ends. And that's the truth. It never ends. You have to keep growing. So that toolbox is to help you on the day you're feeling, I really need a good conversation. What can I pick from my toolbox? So make sure you're adding onto your toolbox. Gain clarity on what you have done so far, what you have accomplished and growth so far, and confidence that what you have is enough to help you keep growing. Sometimes you want to keep learning and keep doing and, have confidence that where you have, what you have, is actually so adequate to carry you forward. You've understood that you need to reach to your colleagues so that you can transform the entire organization and keep growing over time. And this is important. These are very important emphasis, that you're not here just for yourself, you're here for your organization, even for your families. When we did last time, one person came and said, for the first time, I don't know in how many years, me and my wife went out. That, I'm even feeling goosebumps as I think about it. So this is just not for you, and it's not just for your organization. It's for you holistically, okay? Your relationships out there, your relationships with your parents, your children, your spouses, your sisters, your relationship in the office. Because how you are, wherever you go, there you are. So it doesn't change. So it's important to understand that you need to reach out to others so that you can go transforming all the spaces that you engage in. Then you need to end with impact. This is a part I like most. Celebrating and acknowledging how far you have come at the end of this journey. So this is important. So we will do some things, and it's very important that we are always celebrating, giving positive feedback. This is what you have done, all right? So we'll celebrate and see that you have come so far as you end this journey. And then it's Nelson Mandela says that every time he reaches the peak, you look, you enjoy the view, enjoy, and then remember, I still have to go downhill and climb the next hill. So we will chart the way forward for the new beginning so that we develop a clear transformation action plan for yourself and your organization. Yeah? Because I coached Tanzania, I'm so proud when Joyce shows Tanzania. But everybody did a fantastic job on their transformational action plan. So you're building tools that you have used and then saying next forward, how are we going forward? All right? So we'll have transformational action plan, which you'll present, and I'll tell you when you'll present. How does that sound? Great. Is there something in here you'd like covered that is not here? Or does it feel full for conquerors? Okay. Next page, you have waivers. Those ones you read. These are photo, video consent. So we take videos all the time. We take photos. If for any reason you don't want your photo taken, you don't want your video shown, please state so. Sometimes it's for security reasons. Sometimes you've stolen your company's time, so you're hiding, so you don't want to be seen on Facebook that you're here. That's in a light note. But anyway, for whatever reason, for some, honestly, it was for security reasons. When we used to do some work in Uganda and South Sudan. There'll be live streaming that's going on. Okay? Now, agenda, Monday. This is very important because we must keep, I was telling Joyce, this leadership program does not happen just in class. It happens out there. How are you? Are you keeping time? Are you being called by Melissa to come in? Oh, now please come in. No. Leaders keep time. True? And we have to be the ones to transform that. So when it says 8, please be seated at 8. Not coming in to sit. Seated. All right? So it's just as a practice. All right? Let me give you another practice. No, I'll give it to you later. 8 to 8:30, we've done all that. So the morning section, we're checking in, we're contextualizing, all that. After break, which is 10:15, we shall harvest your learning. I like that word. Africans, we loved harvesting. Do you know how much we used to dance after harvest? It was a whole celebration. Harvest. So we shall harvest what you have learned in teams. Then Dr. Sarah Ruto will open for us. She's opening for us after, but we want her to hear the harvesting things so that she can celebrate with us as she's opening for us. So karibu sana. Thank you. 1:30. At what time? Aye, Siski? I'm not hearing. What time? 1:30. That is after lunch. You know, lunch we enjoy so much. PAL, network, and basic needs are going to give us an energizer. So please be here so that at least their efforts are not in vain. Okay? So energizer by PAL for 15 minutes. PAL network and basic needs, not half an hour. You know, sometimes you give people energizer in Akua, it becomes a program. So 15 minutes, all right? 1:30 to 1:45. These are practices that we all need. In the afternoon, we'll do completion. We all did coaching. We always do the same. We have a celebration summit, we complete. So there'll be a completion. And after that, we will look at your transformation action plans and get feedback. Important. Each person has 15 minutes. On Tuesday, I was in a meeting, and that lady had been given 20 minutes to present. She had 67 slides. She had to have 20 minutes. You can't have 67 slides for a 20-minute presentation. So getting to the point is very important. So you have 15 minutes to do your presentation, and we have 15 minutes to give you feedback. All right? Our aim is to give positive building feedback. Our school system looks at plus, and the teacher used to like giving me a wrong. There's no wrong. I mean, our aim is to build. We're building and celebrating. So we'll have those 15-minute presentations, 15-minute feedback. All right? And then, because Sarah is coaching and Catherine was also not available, after 5:30, Relitan, Uganda, and Msichana will have their completion sessions then. So when the others are having completion, those who are not having sessions can rest or can read, or can talk, because they'll do it in the afternoon. So that's day 1. We'll do day 2 and 3 tomorrow morning in the same, but we're following the same principles and same ethos. But let me give you a sneak preview. Tomorrow we'll have Hope Chigudu discussing wellness. Very important, so come ready to hear about wellness. And on Wednesday, we shall have Dumi as we close. But we'll do the details of each agenda on each day. All right? If there is anything you're feeling you'd like and it's not covered, please feel free. Come and tell me, to put on a flip chart, to write me a note. This is ours. This is ours. All right? Does that make sense? Yes. Great. Okay. Our way of being. So it's very important. Remember the 4. What were the 4 I just said? Those are our working ethos as we go along. All right? So that every time you speak, you're using those 4 ethos. In the meantime, during the 2.5 days, there are certain things, because it's a celebration, but it's not the end. It's never over until it's over. So we still want you to receive more, peel more, understand more. Don't just say it's finished. It's not finished. You can still get some more things to put into your toolbox. So your way of being is what else do I have? What else makes sense? How else do I add? So there's elements of how can I still keep growing? Because sometimes we reach the end and say, Sasa, I have finished. But we have a guy who's a runner, called who? Eliud. Yeah, he always is looking for what's my next, all right? So don't take it like it's finished. We're still learning. So peel more, grow more, and find ways in which you can engage in another way. Number 2, for you to listen, you must be here. You must be present. So please put all those phones that are on the table, put them away, put them on silent, away from your table. If you have not sorted things out, do it at break time, away from the table. Grace. We will sort things out at break time. That's the only way we learn to keep time to listen, to be present. Okay? So that's the best way so that you can be here 100%. Tomorrow, we will even ask, by day 3, you ask them to leave them in the room so that you can learn to be here present. I had another one of, so be present, yeah, and celebrate. I think that's the one. That's the other one, just to celebrate. All right. So we want to just be curious from each table. Does that sound good? Yes. You know, I'm just going. Okay? Because I'm very, very curious on what one thing you're very excited about, and a few questions you still have. One thing that you're very excited about, and what questions do you still... It's actually there in your program, 9 to 9:30. I want to check with you some simple sentence. One thing you're very excited about, and what questions you still have. The questions are important for us because we're here physically, so we can answer the questions. So those are important for us, but it's also good to know what you're excited about. So I'd like you to discuss on the table, all of you. Give us a few things you're excited about and a few questions. Please don't give us 100 questions. So each table will say a few things you're excited about and a few questions you still have. And one person you'll speak will give them to us so that we can synthesize. You have cards on your table. I should actually give you green ones. So green is for what you're excited about. Yay, green. And then pink is what questions you still have. Please put one item per card. Are we together? So one thing you're excited about and questions, you put them in one item, one question per card. Because it's nice for us to synthesize them. All right. And use a marker pen so that you can see from far. Marker pens, each table has a marker pen. So if you don't have greens, I'll bring them to your table. Okay? Greens and pinks. Don't let the cards limit you. So find the person who will write and person who will present for your table. Are we together? Okay.
Oh, okay. No, okay, I didn't know.
pink and green, so maybe white or yellow. Zima. Well done, well done. So we'll go around. All right. So you picked somebody to read for you from your table? So Sarah and Jules will synthesize for us. If you hear me, clap once. If you hear me, clap twice. If you hear me, clap 3 times. If you hear me, clap 4 times. Thank you. So we'll go around per table. We'll start with what's exciting. You'll read those. The questions we still have, it's what we'll synthesize. But it's good to first start with what's exciting. Let me start with Vic's table. Who's reading what's exciting? If you stand and introduce yourself, that's where we start getting to know names.
Thank you, team. My name is Drani Vic. I come from Labe. Drani Vic. I'm a Ugandan. I come from Labe. What are we excited about? We said here meaningful connections and engagement. We talk about physical meeting with our coach.
Nice.
We said action plans of other teams where we're going to learn and borrow new ideas. Individual team reflections of the journey and the celebrations.
Nice, thank you. So what questions do you still have?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Irene Abenacho from Como Learning Center.
Say again your name?
Irene Abenacho.
Irene Abenacho. From?
Yes, from Como Learning Center,
Como, okay.
Uganda. Yes, we have quite a number of questions, and we are saying, after celebration, then what? Will Collective Rising Leadership Institute check-in? Transformation is a process. Will we continue to journey together? What next?
What next? Good question.
And then we are still wondering, organizations evolve. New team members will join. How will we bring them up to speed?
Very good question. For the newcomers.
Yes, and we are still thinking. Enneagram results were very revealing. Yet we keep falling back to old habits. How do we keep on the path of progress?
Nice. I like that.
And that's all.
I like that, yeah. Yeah, how do I sustain the growth? If you don't clap for them, we'll not clap for you. Yeah. Nice. Real valid questions. And you can hear her concern. How do I? All right, Edmund, your group.
I'll be glad to pass on
Uh-huh.
to our team. She's generous enough to pass on the mic. I'll read verbatim.
Yes.
If it doesn't come out straight, I'll just add a few words. Excited to meet new people. Since some of us missed the first session.
Nice. Very good.
Excited to be here and learn. Excited to hear stories of change on our leadership journey. Excited and anxious to receive and read the letter we wrote to ourselves.
Nice. There was a letter to self. They've just reminded us. Nice. Questions you still have. But can you hear the excitement and the tingling? Yes.
How do we keep this transformation journey evolving without having an abrupt stop?
How do I keep growing?
How do we learn and unlearn without causing friction?
Wow. I think that's a very deep one. Yes.
How can we strengthen the existing Enneagram type groups to create a support system?
Wow. Joyce is a guru in Enneagram now, so she'll answer that one.
Can we get the link and resources on the Enneagram test?
Questions on the Enneagram.
Can we use the experience? Can we use the positive can we use the experience to scale positive change to other organizations?
Love that. Yes. How do I keep growing? How do I use the Enneagram? How do I spread the word? That's a very good question. Very nice. Round of applause for that. You go to the back. Rogers, your team. Who was there?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Colleagues. My name is Stella Kihangwe Tumwebaze. I come from Labe, Uganda. We're excited to read our letters because we set our baseline, so we want to evaluate ourselves and see where we are now.
Nice.
We are excited to hear what has worked for other teams. We are excited to listen and get feedback on our action plans.
Yes.
We're excited that we are coming to the end and we are celebrating.
Nice. Imagine running a marathon, how the end line looks. Isn't it exciting? I've run the marathon, now that's the end line. Nice, thank you. But you still have questions.
Yes. We still have questions. Dennis Nyakundi, here with the PAL network.
Nyakundi.
Yes.
Is Nyakundi Kenyan?
Very Kenyan.
Okay, good.
So one of the questions is on how do we make the program part of, organizational culture? You'll have staff, you'll have new people join the team.
Yes.
How do you integrate them into the program? The other question has been repeated, but it's our question still. How do we sustain the momentum build beyond the program? And even after the program, we're still wondering, how do you handle difficult conversations based on the existing power dynamics?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are our three big questions.
Nice. Round of applause for them. Thank you. Jane and Edmund, you didn't introduce yourselves. Do you mind just kindly doing it?
My name is Jane Sabiungo, Raleigh, Uganda.
Raleigh, Uganda. Nice.
That's very generous. I just realized I hadn't done that. My name is Edmund Kamya from Labe, Uganda. Happy to be here.
Nice. Thank you. We go to the table at the back.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. My name is Michael Kanyesije from Cohort Learning Centers, Uganda. On our table, our excitement spans right from where we started 9 months ago. And we're excited about self-discovery. The other thing we are excited about are the tools we acquired during the course of the 9 months. And we are also excited about the new way of doing things.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And you have questions?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Stella. We have questions. One of them is...
Stella, you're from?
I am from Uganda. I work with Luigi Giussani Foundation.
You're really Uganda then?
And I am really Uganda now.
Yes, yes.
I was just looking at my tag and it has Luigi Giussani. That's where I got the Luigi from. But I'm really Uganda now.
Okay.
How do we deal with what has come forth from our self-discovery moving forward without the walking frames that we have in place right now? How do we continue with the new practice without the current support system that we have?
Yes.
And how do we integrate and support to bring everybody else on board, the new and even the existing people on our teams that never had the opportunity to go through this process?
Nice. Yeah. Imagine they only clapped for themselves. Can you clap for them, please? Yeah. Guardrails are out. How do I walk without the guardrails? Nice. Thank you. Grace, what's exciting on your table?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Fatuma Wamala is my name, working with Cohort Learning Centers in Uganda and also with Raleigh, Uganda.
Okay.
What we're excited about, firstly, to celebrate this key milestone in our leadership journey. Then we're excited to hear the stories of individual and team transformation. I know some of these things, you're hearing them again because they've come through from other tables. We are excited about the way forward, that is the new journey beyond the summit and bringing other team members on board. Then we are also excited to hear from others and listen to other people's action plans, to present our own action plans and to get feedback.
Nice. Thank you. Some questions.
Yeah, definitely we have questions. My name is Grace, but I prefer Kadenge since we are two Graces from the Action Foundation. Our questions are, apart from exercise, what can we do to improve somatic intelligence? The other one is, what can we do when our vulnerability is misused? And this is specifically when you are now bringing in the other team members. How do you ensure that the vulnerability is not misused?
The team members who are not originally here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're vulnerable and it's used against you or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on change management, how do we ensure that the transformation we have undergone is embraced in the organization? And then how do we ensure that this team stays connected, that this cohort too? How do we stay connected after this? And then other one is, how can we still consult the coaches? Are the coaches available for consultation as we implement the transformation action plans?
Good. The coaches are available. Are you available? That is a bigger question. Every time we get asked that question, Christine, I'll call you. Can I call you? I can swear nobody has ever called me. I've coached 100 people. Nobody. I think 1 out of 100. So are you available is the question. Nice. Very good. Round of applause for them.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christine Muna. I'm with PAL Network. What we were excited about having learned more about leadership. We were excited to reflect on the journey so far, on accomplishments, and also we are excited to hear from others what their journey has been. We are excited about growth, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us because of this journey. We are excited about transformation and what we have learned. For example, being able to trust people more.
Nice, thank you. And what questions do you still have?
Good morning. My name is Ndocha from Basic Needs. We have 2 questions. The first one is, we are at the end, and it feels like the beginning. What comes next? For us as leaders and the teams we left behind in our organizations. We have learned to trust people. What happens when they disappoint?
Yeah.
Do we go back
to
how we were?
Good. Yes. Good. Round of applause for them. Very similar questions, very valid questions. Sarah and Jules are synthesizing because they are common themes. You can hear some common ones. How do we move forward from here? How do we deal with people who are not here? How do we ingrain this as a culture in our organization? What happens without my guardrails? How can I keep going? Very valid questions. I would really like them pinned up to that corner. We have masking tape. If you kindly... Oh! I'm so sorry. Last bonds, I always forgotten. They have not presented. Thank you. You're the nearest to me. Go ahead. What's exciting?
Thank you. Good morning. I am Furahini Michael from Sichana Initiative Tanzania. So we are excited about the graduation. We also are excited about learning the power of vulnerability. We also are excited about accepting feedback. Also excited about understanding ourselves. We have reconnected and rediscovered ourselves. We are also generally excited about the journey. It's been transformative. We are also excited to lead our writers. We wonder what we wrote last time. We're also excited about the deeper connection with the team that we have built over time and the team commitment.
Nice. They have more exciting things than questions. So it's nice, actually. Many of you had more exciting things than questions, which is good.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Amy Zumlamai. I'm from Raleigh, Uganda. So the question that we had still is how do we share materials for reference purposes? Especially if we can get some materials from the coaches. And then how can we get tools to empower ourselves with skills to speak and all conversation, especially in the moment. The other one is now with this transformation, shall we keep up? The other one is still struggling to trust and discern the timing for friendship or for vulnerability. And then lastly, how can I continue to learn about my type? Any resources? Thank you.
Great. Give them a round of applause, a bigger one, because we have forgotten them. Great. So we'll put the map, we have masking tape. We'll put the map there, all the questions. Sarah and Jules, as soon as, please give me the masking tape. And then we can, there. Please take them to only the pink cards. Yeah, just the pink ones. But somebody collect the green ones also. Please stand and take your pink cards to that. Like, we'll just pin them up. Please pin them up as we. Please, let's pin them up. Please help with pinning them up, kindly. I would like them all up, like now. Let's help in pinning up. The more, the faster we do it. Green. What's your name? Rachel. Okay, put them on this. Oh, here. It's slippery. Here, on this side, there's space here. We can put where Melissa is. If you read and see similar ones, you put them together. It's not a critical thing, but if you can read and put them together. No, let's not put up, because like the gems and the harvesting, so it's similar to what it. But if you can synthesize and see, like they'll have about the letters, put 2 or 3. We can read after break. Your questions may be answered. My question on will you be available is a very valid one. So that's one you go with. The coaches, I can answer that one immediately. Coaches are always available. The question is, are you available? Yeah. Because yes, that's critical. So we'll get the synthesis from Sarah and Jules so that we make sure. The reason we want to synthesize is to make sure that by Wednesday lunchtime, questions are answered. You also had another question. Oh, not to me. Did you have another question to me? Are they on now? Yes. Okay. Who's that? From Cohort. Okay. Maybe as they synthesize, we can do the next session and then after break so that they have time. We do our session because it's so that they have time to synthesize the questions. We do the context of, yeah, Cindy? So let's do the next session so that Sarah and Jules have time to do a good job synthesizing. We'd really like to set context on, let me read. Yeah, I like Joyce when she talks about this, what we have done and why it matters. Why it matters. So I would like Joyce to come and just take us through this session so that we talk about, so what? Why does it matter so much? She may answer some of your questions on how do you move forward in your organizations, how does it work in your organizations, how do we move forward? She may. If she doesn't, we will still have time. So Sarah will just do the synthesis just before break. You've got it all together? It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's a 1. Can you hear that language? Jules, are you a 1? You're a 7, okay. You can just share, that's fine. So that's how we play with Enneagram. So sometimes you're told, oh, that's a 6. Come on, stop being a 6, and yeah.
Good morning. Very nice to see you from the front. I've just been seeing the back of your head so far. Actually, what we've decided to do, I hope this is okay with you, Christine, we've just written some headings on these cards, and we'll just use them and put your questions underneath. So these are the things we've come up with. Growth, and that's growth for your organization. You talked about that in your questions. Growth for you as an individual. You still have questions on that. You have questions about the coaches. Can you keep connecting with them and accessing their tools? Sharing and scaling within your organizations and with other organizations. You ask questions on that. Staying connected as a group. How do you as Cohort 2 stay connected? Vulnerability. So when we are more vulnerable as leaders, are people going to take advantage of it? How do we work with that? How do we deal with that? So questions on that. Then sustainability. How do you keep what you've learned here with you? And that's a bit different from growing, which you also have questions on. So how do you keep it happening? Sustainability for you as an individual. How do you keep all this learning and yeah, and then you had questions on the Enneagram. Again, how do you stay connected with your Enneagram group and also tools that you can access? And then probably your biggest question actually is what next? And you had quite a few different questions about that. So that's kind of how we've summarized it, and we'll put them up there.
You wanted to add something?
Also, some of you mentioned some skills that individual skills that you've learned. And one of them that you mentioned, Nacho, is trusting. You're trusting more. What do you do if someone disappoints you? So these are individual human skills that one has to learn. So that's another, that probably fall under growth.
Yeah. Good.